Hi, I'm Jonathan, and this is my Arts and Health project. Just going to talk about a few things here. Uh, Recently did a large oil painting commission for Penn Health in Lancaster, and they wanted a couple ideas, so I gave them did a pencil sketch and then did a color study, and then I did another one here, a second concept study, and they picked this one. So we were discussing this whole thing from the start. They'd said what they wanted. You can see here I'm starting on my 6 by 4 foot canvas, doing a little vine charcoal there, drawing in, little brown underpainting. So they had said initially that they wanted a natural landscape, something uplifting and positive, maybe recognizable, like a local body of water. So I picked this scene down in Wrightsville, the Wrightsville Bridge from the Columbia side. And so here we go, coming along. And what I did was we discussed it, and then I sent a lot of images all along the way just to make sure that our communication was good and that they were getting what they wanted. So it was very much a collaborative effort with lots of communication. And here we are, finished and framed, and then in its final place there at Penn Health. Now, my natural habitat as a painter is painting in plein air, where I'm outside painting at my easel, and I'm very comfortable doing that, even painting in a tuxedo. So it was easy when they asked me to get into the painting program, where we would go to the Cancer Institute lobby and paint to do a session to sort of entertain people and give them a pleasant diversion. So this is one of the first ones I did. We started with just doing our own canvas, and then the program evolved into ceiling tiles. So you can see here I'm painting on a ceiling tile. You can see there we have the center stage sign down the bottom left corner, and you see now we're getting into the pandemic era, and I'm wearing the mask. Doing a little brown underpainting. Here it is further along with some color on top. You notice there's no patients in these pictures. We crop them out or exclude them to respect their privacy. And here we see from a facilities concern, we have the drop cloth down on the floor too, just so that we leave the place just as clean as we find it. And you'll also notice I tend to be set up in a corner when I'm doing these, so we're out of the way of patient traffic and staff operations. And this is again a sort of a brown underpainting. I like to start them that way often. And then here we are, some more color, Pennsylvania Grand Canyon. And here we go, some other ceiling tiles I've painted. Some are just whimsically made up. When they say they want one for the children's hospital, I kind of make up things that are more whimsical, like this amusement park and the hot air balloon. Then we did this series of signs during the pandemic where artists would supply artwork. So I supplied 3 images that were then reproduced to make these very nice signs. And then this piece you'll see is based off an image of this oil painting I did on site down in Caledonia. And then kind of bringing it back into ceiling tiles, you can see I had this scene in mind when I did this ceiling tile painting. So not going for a duplicate, but just using it as inspiration. And then here's something I did at a local sushi bar, Miyako's Asian garden mural, which was a lot of fun to research, the aesthetics of Asian gardens and the various features. And then I bought some of that into one of my ceiling tiles here, a work in progress, and going for a little cultural diversity here and its appeal. Here we are at the vaccine clinic. I did a few paintings up there, and when you looked out the window, you could see this scene across the road of the silos. So I thought that would be neat. I don't typically do industrial scenes for the program, but here we are, starting one off, farmscape. Here we are again before the pandemic. You see Michael Marini playing the piano behind me, and we've been doing more of that, bringing art and music together. Here's one I did on Lewis Beach, painting on location, and again you can see bringing that idea into the ceiling tile painting. And a little more progress. And again, here we are, the art and the music together. We shall be playing the hand pans. So speaking of music, I'm also a musician. I used to play Native American flute here and some other wind instruments like the Hususi from China, but we can't really do that anymore with the pandemic. Here's a Bulbul Tarang from India, And you can see sometimes I play that and just have that on top of the keyboard there. So trying to get some different cultural things going on, and then we've got this little chaos pad where you can draw on it with your finger and it makes cool sounds, and we see Mark there enjoying it at an art opening. And then lastly, here I am back at the medical center and back before the pandemic, of course, hence no mask and the wind instruments, but you see the Native American flutes, the Chinese Hususi in the bright orange case, and the little wind-powered keyboard on top of the piano is a melodica. Then we got a little glockenspiel off to the side. So I really try to mix up a lot of different sounds to entertain people, and I'm always looking around to make sure that, the volume and the feel is right. And having all these things kind of appeals to more cultures too, I think, trying to keep it diverse. All right, thanks for watching.